Now, many of you already know that yesterday NEO ended the day up over 5.26%, which resulted in the shares of NEO to finish the day or end the day trading at $6 per stock, exactly at $6. Now, this is something that, of course, it is good, or it can be really good to see days like these continuing, because this is the stock that has been hammered pretty bad. I mean, not only NEO, but almost all of the Chinese stocks have been beaten down so badly in a way that it has really not been easy for those that own Chinese equities or Chinese stocks like us. Now, the good thing is that we are getting a good opportunity to scoop bit more shares, increase our holdings onto these Chinese equities or Chinese stocks at a discounted price, because, ladies and gents, couple of a year or two ago, these are the stocks that were soaring pretty good, which is something that is, of course, pretty amazing. Now, with our favorite EV stock, NEO, like I said, they ended the day trading at $6 yesterday. Now, with NEO, you will know that there are some of the financial institutions, or some of the big financial institutions, that came in early this year and, of course, downgraded NEO from buy to neutral, which is something that was not good to see. But nonetheless, retail investors, one thing that I've seen is that we know that we are in this game for a longer term. I mean, some of the institutions even went in and trimmed their NEO stocks or their NEO shares, which is something that was not good, because this also made some of the retail investors to start to panic and sell their NEO shares. But one of the good things that they don't tell you, also one of the good things that we are seeing recently, is that some of these big institutions that, of course, had downgraded NEO from buy to neutral, they are starting to buy this stock yet again. In fact, some of them are going heavy once again onto this NEO stock. I mean, we've got companies like JP Morgan, who also had downgraded NEO, but what did we just see recently from the latest filings from Fintel? We saw that they increased their holdings by over 83%. And guess what? Because I did not beat Fintel, probably we wouldn't have known that they went in and increased their holdings here again from the very same company that few months down the line they really trimmed a lot of their earnings onto this company. So to see that these companies are coming back to buy stocks like NEO, it makes me to be really excited, because once again we are seeing these guys who just 2-3 months back they said NEO was not a good stock to own, or saying bad about NEO, but now right now they are piling onto this NEO stock because they are seeing the fundamentals. This, to us retail investors, is a lesson learned to say that we are not supposed to just take what these big financial institutions saying. We need, of course, to do our own due diligence. Yes, they've got more experience compared to us, but one thing that I've seen with Chinese equities is that, I don't know, most of the especially the big institutions who owns these Chinese equities from America, or those American big institutions that are owning these Chinese equities, I don't know, they just hate. There sometimes they just hate these Chinese stocks for nothing. I mean, there are news broadcasters who I won't mention by name, who, if there's only one company, Chinese company, that is to report poor earnings, then that will be the main discussion or the main topic of the Chinese equity. I mean, Baba just recently they reported that their latest earnings, which were not that bad. Honestly, it was probably just a miss on one or two things, or two figures. But what did we hear some of the news broadcasters saying? Chinese stocks are bad, Chinese. But this is the very same company that, ladies and gents, they've been growing in terms of revenue, in terms of profitability, earnings per share. They've been doing pretty good, though sometimes they might have missed what analysts expected. But this is a company that continues to show stability and growth. But by just that one bad thing, or by just that one miss that we witnessed on Alibaba, we saw, of course, Alibaba being talked about by most US news broadcasters as if they are done, and those that own this company are never going to see good returns. But honestly, truth of the matter is, ladies and gents, companies like Baba, I mean, those are good companies to own right now. I mean, Michael Berry, yesterday we saw his updated portfolio, which of course had Alibaba as what is one of his largest holdings, followed by JD.com. These are all Chinese stocks, but they see the potential that lies within this very same stock. I mean, the fact that JP Morgan just increased 83%, or increased their stake by 83% on NEO, should also tell you something. Yes, this is the very same company that, like I said, few months down the line, or just not so long ago they had downgraded NEO and whatnot. Bank of America downgraded NEO. They are saying that NEO, because they won't be launching any new models this year, it might hurt them really bad, therefore downgrade, which is something that, of course, it's not a train smash, but if you are in these stocks, into this stock for a long term, I think it's an opportunity to scoop in to buy more shares. Because let me tell you something, in as much as, yes, these analysts, big financial institutions, they might come and give us their points or give us their opinions onto these stocks, in the longer term, I think long term, they know very well that these are stocks that are set to do very well. They know NEO will do very well, which is why they are going in and buying again. They know that Alibaba, it is a stock that is set for greatness, and that is why they are going in and buy this stock. And one thing that, like I said, surprised me is that when they buy or increase their holdings, they don't make that the official statements, like the same statements they would make when they are downgrading. We don't get to see the report that says we are increasing our stakes onto NEO because of 1, 2, 3. But when they downgrade, when they sell shares, there will be report that you will find somewhere somehow of saying that they've reduced their holdings onto this Chinese equity X because of 1, 2, 3, which is something that, of course, we'll usually see. But this, like I say, to us, the rich investor, it's a lesson learned to say that we must remain long onto these Chinese equities, because ladies and gents, we shall be rewarded in the near future. Chinese stocks have been beaten badly from 2021 to date. They have not been soaring, they have not been seeing good gains, and I think the time is almost here where we'll see these stocks catching up to the rest of the stocks that have been soaring globally or recovering globally, which those of you that are not taking this opportunity, obviously they are going to regret why they are not increasing their holdings or buying some of these stocks and add them to their portfolio. And of course, I'm not saying do that because it's not a professional financial advice video, but these are just my opinions also. But from what I'm seeing, it looks like these big financial institutions are still see the potential that lies within these Chinese equities like NEO, which is why they are increasing their holdings. I mean, if you just have a look at the graph indicating the JP Morgan's ownership in terms of NEO shares, you will realize that they sold this company very low, and now they are increasing once again onto this company, which is something that must just show you that they realize the potential that lies within this new stock. And I think this should be an encouragement, a motivation to us also to probably, when we have some good cash, to increase our holdings onto Chinese equities like NEO. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I'd just give you this quick updates. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but best in your stock market investing journey. And before you buy NEO for the very first time, it is always good that you do your own due diligence, so that at least you can be comfortable as you are investing onto this stock. NEO remains that company that is doing really well in terms of fundamentally or growing fundamentally, in terms of the infrastructures that they deploy for their users to enjoy. NEO, it remains that company that is doing pretty good. But nonetheless, as I always say, go do your own due diligence, so that at least you can be comfortable as you are investing onto this stock. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.